Alright man, you know what's up, you read the title. I'll just get into some notes, then go straight into the ranking. Don't want to waste any time, this is going to take a while. 1. This is a redux because the first video on my channel was a rapper tier list. The takes and the video quality are just bad now. I disagree with so much on that list, and overall it's just a bad video, don't watch it. But now that it's turning a year old, I thought I'd redo it, so yeah. 2. I will be ranking everyone here based on these tiers. GOAT rapper, GOAT group, amazing, great, good, decent, meh, bad, and garbage. Now I have 2 separate GOAT tiers, mainly just because I don't want to put a group in GOAT, have a member in GOAT, but then put another member in good or something. Because that does happen at one point, and I don't need that happening. I don't want to worry about that. It just kind of bothers me, so I split that tier up into 2 different parts. I kept every other tier just the same though. 3. There are different groups here like Wu-Tang Clan, where I included separate members to rank here, mainly just because some of them outdo the others, because they also have very big solo catalogs. Then there are certain groups like Tribe Called Quest or De La Soul, where I didn't really take out a certain member, I just kind of included them all together, because they complement each other well. I hope that kind of makes sense. 4. There are certain groups on here that I will be representing with an album cover, just a photo of the group, or a logo. So don't think when I rank Migos, I'm ranking them based on culture too. I'm just using that album cover to represent them as a group. Note number 5, I am ranking these rappers and groups based on my personal enjoyment. This isn't skill, this isn't writing capability, none of that. It's literally just how I feel about this rapper's music and how much I enjoy it. And that leads me to my last point, which is just the fact that this is just my opinion. You obviously won't agree with me on everything, or maybe anything at all, but this is my tier list, so I'm gonna rank them how I want to. So let's just get straight into it, man. Starting us off with 21 Savage, who I think can go straight into good. I'm pretty sure I started off with him first in my first video, and I thought I'd do it again. 21 is just the epitome of a good rapper. Good production, good flows, good hooks. He's just tight, man. He's got everything down. Yeah, I really like his music, and I think he's good. 2 Chainz can also go in good. He's definitely lower in the good tier, though. I like his music, I like his delivery, and I think he just makes good trap music, dude. Then we have ASAP Rocky, who I think could go in GOAT, because he doesn't really have a bad project. I just think his catalog is too small, and I need more music from him. Give me like 1 or 2 more quality albums, and I could confidently throw him in GOAT, but as is, I'm gonna throw him in amazing. Yeah. ASAP Ferg is between good or great for me. I like his delivery, I love his hooks. When he's on like a feature, it's usually really good. He's between high good or low great. I'll throw him at the top of good for now though. Then let's get into some Griselda stuff. We have Westside Gunn, who I think is a great rapper, if not a little one note. That's a big problem I have with a lot of Griselda, to be honest with you. A lot of the albums tend to sound the same, and specifically with Westside, he kind of just uses the same voice in every one of his songs. He just kind of rap like this in every song, and he doesn't really ever change it up. He just kind of raps like this all the time. Despite the fact that his songs tend to be a little repetitive, I still think he's a great rapper, man. And I think that he's also made some of the best Griselda projects, like A Pray for Paris or Supreme Blientele. Yeah, he's great though. Conway is also great. I might even throw him above Westside. I think Conway at his peak is like amazing to GOAT tier. I'm not even joking. Like when this man spits a hard verse, it's insane. But sometimes he tends to go in this really sleepy flow bag that I'm not the biggest fan of. I feel like at his best, he's at the top of amazing, but at his worst, he's just kind of indecent. I'll throw him in great though. I really like him. Benny though, I'll throw in amazing. I've never really heard a whack Benny verse. He's just always giving you quality with his music, and I really like him. Easily one of the best Griselda members, and easily my favorite out of the big 3. Armani Caesar is gonna go in decent. I think she would be like somewhere in good or great if they actually gave her quality beats. It kind of feels like she just got some leftover instrumentals, and it kind of sucks because I do like her voice, and I think she can flow over a beat pretty well. She's just given these kind of beats that don't really do much for me. And on her albums, Westside, Conway, or Benny will show up and just steal the whole song for some reason. I feel like if you gave her some great beats, put no features on like a 20-minute project, it would be pretty good. But as is, the spotlight tends to get stolen from her, and the beats themselves aren't even that interesting. She's still decent though to me. Boldy James is my favorite Griselda member. I'll throw him above Benny. I love his chill delivery, man. Boldy is just such a vibe to listen to, and I really like his music. He's also probably made the best Griselda project, that being Manger on McNichols. He's easily the GOAT Griselda member to me. Really like his music, dude. Makami is gonna go in great though. I think I'll throw him under Westside and Conway. I think that my problem with him is that a lot of his projects tend to sound the same. Like Mock specifically tends to have a lot of samey sounding projects due to how short they are. And because of those short projects, they don't really tend to leave an impact on me. Along with that, a lot of the projects I've heard from him don't have features on them, so they just become less and less memorable as time goes on. I will say though, The Gat is also one of the best Griselda albums. Might even beat out Boldy's best, but that's up for debate really. I like Mock overall though, I think he's great. Then we have Rome Streets. I think I might even throw him above West Side. He's kind of between like West Side and Conway for me. I really like Rome Streets, dude. I'll throw him above Conway for now. I love his slurred delivery. He usually tends to bring a lot of energy on the mic. Really like it when he just rides over a beat. It's crazy. I really like Rome Streets, man. He's just really fun. Stove God is just decent. I'll just throw him above Armani. He's cool, man. Nothing really special. Rock Marciano is also pretty decent to me. I'll throw him at the top. I just feel like his voice is kind of annoying. Like, he kind of sounds like this, and it kind of bothers me. His beats are good, though, and he's just solid to me. Nothing too special. And we got Joey Badass, who I honestly think is a great rapper, and I honestly could throw him above West Side. I love the energy he brings on the mic. I love his beats. He just has so much charisma, and I honestly just really like his music. I'll actually throw West Side above him, but he's still a great rapper regardless. Then we have Steez, who I will throw at the top of great tier. First, rest in peace, obviously. God, it's crazy how this guy raps, man. He has so much oozing charisma on the mic, and he just always packs a punch on every verse. He can just slaughter a beat, and it's insane. Yeah, Steez is a freaking great rapper, man. We're getting into the TDE members now. We got Absol. I'll throw him at the top of decent, man. I think he's a solid rapper. Just when you have people like Isaiah Rashad, J-Rock, Schoolboy Q, and Kendrick Lamar, like, he just doesn't really stack up. J-Rock has the deep voice. Isaiah has that like really hazy atmosphere and really slurred delivery. Schoolboy has that, he has the weird voice, you know. Kendrick has the kind of nasally voice. Absol just has his voice, you know, and it doesn't really do much for me. He's just kind of a solid rapper. Doesn't really leave an impact on me. He's decent. J-Rock, though, is good. I think he's a good rapper. I'll throw him under A$AP Ferg. The way he raps is kind of an ode to the old West Coast sound, and I really like it. He's very good. Isaiah Rashad, though, honestly, I'll throw in amazing. Above Benny. I love this guy's music, man. It's so hazed out and just, oh my god, it's such a vibe to listen to. Love his rapping, love the hooks on his tracks, love the production. Oh my god. Isaiah's music is so good and so underrated, honestly. Q, I could honestly throw between great or amazing. I love his experimental kind of West Coast gangster rap sound. I'll throw him at the top of great for now. I love his weird, quirky style. Yeah, he's really good. Then we got Kendrick, who I'm gonna throw in amazing, obviously. I might even put him above Rocky. Yeah, I'll throw him up there. I kind of have a weird take on Kendrick. I feel like he's the Radiohead of rap music in the sense that he always gets so much praise to the point where I would rather give praise to someone else than him. Like, I love this man's music. I think he's a fantastic rapper, but genuinely, I'm better off like praising A$AP Rocky, Boldy James, literally everyone else in amazing, great, and like good tier. I'm better off praising them more, mainly just because Kendrick, like I said, he always gets so much praise and so much positive feedback. I can't really describe it better than that. Like I said, Kendrick is an amazing rapper. I just feel like I'm being more productive if I praise someone else. After Kendrick, though, we have his arch nemesis, Drake, who I honestly think is good. I'm gonna throw him at the top of good, honestly. I'm surprisingly really enjoying this man's music, and while a lot of people might call it boring, a lot of people might call it mediocre, I honestly enjoy it. Sure, he's not doing the most interesting thing all the time, and I will admit I haven't heard like projects like Honestly Nevermind and CLB, which is why I'm not gonna throw him in great, actually. So I'll just throw him in good for the time being. Then we have J. Cole, who I think is easily the weakest out of the quote-unquote big three. I'll probably throw him under Drake, but there will be a big space between the two at the end. J. Cole is severely carried by 3 albums, 2014, For Your Eyes Only, and KOD. Now, I love 2014 and For Your Eyes Only. Those are fantastic projects to me. KOD is pretty good, though, but literally everything else by Cole is just mid. His mixtape trilogy is just, it all sounds the same, dude. It's so, it's just kind of whatever to me. Born Sinner, The Sideline Story, those are just straight friggin' mid projects. And the off season is fine, I guess. Literally everything J. Cole has made besides those 3 projects, I'm so just like whatever on. He has some really high highs, but literally everything else is just whatever to me. Then we got Jid, who I thought was okay at one point, then he really grew on me. He was like an amazing for a while, and then he kind of grew off me. And honestly, I'm kind of edging towards great for him. I'll throw him under Joey. I'll actually throw Conway above Jid, and I'll throw him above Rome Streets too. I was kind of underrating him a little while earlier. Jid is great though. I think that what really puts him up there is his voice. I'm pretty sure I heard in an interview that he got his name Jid because he has like this weird jittery flow, and that's definitely my favorite part about him. I feel like he could ride over any beat and it would be fire. Jid's music is also pretty good too. I think he's great though overall. Then we got Denzel Curry, who in all honesty, I could throw in GOAT tier. Despite the fact that he doesn't really have that 10 out of 10 album for him, he is just way too consistent for me to throw him like any lower. Honestly, yeah, I think he's a GOAT, dude. Like genuinely, he's gonna be the first one in the GOAT tier for me. I just love so much of his music. He's also got a great rapping voice. Just love everything about this man's music. And I genuinely think he's one of my favorites. Yeah. Then we got Tyler, who I'm gonna throw in amazing above Kendrick. If Denzel is consistent, Tyler is insanely consistent. He's been dropping fire since Bastard and hasn't stopped. I'm honestly considering throwing him in GOAT tier too. Yeah, just love his music, man. Wolf is one of my favorite albums ever, and I genuinely just think that he always delivers quality music. Same with Earl, honestly, who I'm gonna throw above Kendrick too, probably under Tyler. Yeah, Earl is also really freaking great, man. I love his rapping style, man. He's always packing a punch with a verse, and I just really love his music. Then we got Mike, who I'm gonna throw under A$AP Rocky. He's basically just Earl if he had energy on his music. Yeah, Mike is always packing a punch with the lyrics. He's got some killer features, some killer verses, makes a lot of freaking great music, and just listening to a project by him is always a treat. I just realized how positive I was being. Let's throw a hot take out, man. Run the Jewels is good. I think they're a good group, but honestly, really overrated. I like their music a lot, don't get me wrong. I think their catalog is pretty consistent, but my main problem with them is the fact that they genuinely just make kind of the same album every time. Like seriously, I will play all 4 albums by them back to back, and it all kind of just blends together for me. It's still good music though. They do have some songs that I actually really like and stand out to me on the track list, but a lot of it just tends to sound the same. And I actually like Killer Mike and LP when they're doing their solo works better. I honestly throw both of them in great tier. Above Steez, yeah. I love Killer Mike for his more southern hip-hop sound, and I love LP for that old like boom bap kind of turntablism sound. I just feel like they make better music when they're doing their own little thing. Speaking of LP though, let's talk about some of the other groups he's a part of. Cannibal Ox is a great group, man. I'll throw them under Makami. Just love the weird, outlandish production they have. The lyrical content does seem to be a little too quirky at times, but I tend to enjoy their music quite a bit. Then we got Company Flow, which is probably the best group LP is a part of. I'll throw them in amazing, honestly. Yeah, I'll throw them under Isaiah Rashad. Honestly, I'll throw Isaiah Rashad up above Boldy James. Yeah. But Company Flow is so good at like that weird, abstract hip-hop sound that I just love so much. But Company Flow only have one album, and that album is fantastic. If you have not heard Fun Crusher Plus by Company Flow, highly recommend it. Let's just keep knocking out some groups, man. Tribe Called Quest, I will throw in amazing, above Mike. I love Tribe Called Quest for their jazz rap sound. Midnight Marauders is genuinely one of my favorite 90s hip-hop albums, and I just really like the chemistry all of them have together. I will say I'm not the biggest fan of The Love Movement or Beats, Rhymes, and Life. Everything else, though, is pretty fantastic. Public Enemy, I honestly think is a little overrated. I heard It Takes a Nation of Millions to Hold Us Back and thought it was pretty outdated, but I also heard Fear of a Black Planet, which I honestly thought was really friggin' amazing. I know they're influential, but to be honest with you, not all their music has aged quite well, and I'm honestly between great or good. I'll throw them in great above Cannibal Ox. And I'll actually rank Flavor Flav and Chuck D right now. Chuck D is a great rapper. I love his voice. He always tends to sound like he has something to say. And Flavor Flav, I think is good. I'll throw him. My problem with Flavor Flav is that sometimes his delivery kind of gives me a headache, especially on an album like It Takes a Nation of Millions. Just the way his voice is mixed, I don't know, man, it gave me a headache. I'll throw him in good though, above J. Cole. Yes. No, I'll throw him under A$AP Ferg. Yes, okay. Then we got Mobb Deep. My problem with Mobb Deep is the fact that literally everything else I've heard by them is no match to The Infamous. The Infamous is one of the best 90s hip-hop albums of all time. Havoc is a fantastic producer, one of the best, just based off of that album alone. Prodigy is a fantastic rapper on that record too. But literally everything else they've cranked out that I've heard just doesn't compare. I've heard some people say that Hell on Earth is like on the same level of the Infamous, if not better, and like I just thought it was fine, dude. I'll throw Mobb Deep in like low great, maybe even good, dude. Like, cause the Infamous is so good, but everything else doesn't compare. It hurts to put him in good. Honestly, I'll put him in good. Like I said, I love the Infamous, but everything else, not on the same level of quality, dude. 3-6 Mafia, they're amazing, easy. I think I could throw them even above Tribe Called Quest. I might even put them above Rocky. Yeah, I'll put them above Rocky. I love 3-6 Mafia, man, and I genuinely just love Memphis rap in general. They just have a really unique sound that I really enjoy. 3-6 Mafia is just a pioneer, dude, and created such influential music that still holds up today. I love their catchy hooks and tight production, and love the way everyone raps over the beats. They have this really just tight and sticky flow that I love, and I just genuinely really enjoy 3-6's music. Then we got Outkast, which is easily a GOAT group, man. Easily. They might even be the GOAT group. Oh my god, so good. Outkast, top to bottom, just puts out so much quality every project. Outkast is genuinely one of my favorite music groups of all time. I love Big Boi and Andre and the way they play off of each other so much. Andre 3000 is a GOAT rapper to me. I think that if I had to remove my bias towards one other person on this list, he would be the GOAT, but as is, he's like the second best rapper of all time to me. That's not to write off Big Boi though, who I think is an amazing rapper, and in all honesty, I might throw him above Kendrick. I'll throw him under, but like, dude, Big Boi, he's so underrated, dude. I feel like everyone just always forgets he's there. Yeah, there would be no Andre 3000 without Big Boi, man. I'd argue half the time he's out-rapping Andre. I just tend to like Andre more because of his voice, but both of them are insanely charismatic on the mic and just always do so well over the beats that they have. Yeah, man, love Outkast so much. Then we got Deltron 3030, which I think is a great rap group, man. I'm gonna throw them under Cannibal Ox, and I'm actually gonna throw Public Enemy under Deltron 3030. I'm just moving things around as we go on, and I'll throw Cannibal Ox above Chuck D. Yeah, I like that. Deltron 3030 though makes great music. Really like their production. It's really cinematic sounding and kind of makes me think of like a movie. But who really steals the show is Del the Funky Homo Sapien, who I think is a fantastic rapper. He's gonna go in amazing. If we're talking sheer charisma on the mic, Del has the most. I love his voice, man, and he's just always bringing so much energy. Really enjoy his contributions to Deltron and just his solo stuff in general. I don't really have an order going on right now, man. Let's talk about some older rappers. Let's start it all off with NWA, the group. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. Their music has not aged well. Sure, they have songs like F the Police and Straight Outta Compton that I love, but a lot of their production is pretty stale, and to be honest with you, the old rapping style doesn't really hit the same today. I still think they're okay. I think they're solid. I'll put them above Rock Marciano. Honestly, I might throw them at the top of decent. Yeah, I think they're decent, man. Kind of overrated, though. Really influential. Ice Cube is a great rapper, though. I'll throw him under Conway. Yeah, I like that. I like Ice Cube's flow a lot. I think his first few records are actually very, very good. I love Death Certificate. My main problem with him is just the fact that he kind of falls off later in his career and starts delivering straight mid. He's kind of low or great for me. We'll see as we go on, though. Then we have Dr. Dre, who is easily one of the best old school West Coast rappers to me. A lot of people like to write him off and say that he's just a producer or whatever. I genuinely think he's going to go in amazing for me. Honestly, I could throw him under Boldy. Yeah, I think he's really freaking good, dude. Some might have the counterpoint that people write for him. And I mean, like I said, I'm just going off of enjoyment of music, and I really enjoy Dr. Dre's music. So that's why he's this high, man. Then we have Eazy-E, who honestly I have zero strong feelings on. Besides the fact that his voice is annoying. I'm gonna throw him in meh. He's whatever to me. Then we have Snoop. Honestly, man, I think Snoop is insanely overrated. I'm gonna throw him at the bottom of good. He's a good rapper, man. He doesn't really do much for me. He just has that good West Coast sound. Nothing really to say. A lot of people really like him, but man, when your first and quote-unquote best record is literally just a junior version of The Chronic, I'm sorry, you're not that great, dude. Along with that, I honestly think Snoop's like voice and flow is really overrated too. I see a lot of people saying he's like the best voice. I don't see it, man. He's just kind of okay. Yeah, he's at the bottom of good for me. I'll actually throw 2 Chainz under him. Yeah, if that changes anything for some people. And I'll actually throw Flavor Flav at the bottom of good. Then we got Tupac. I don't know why, but some old heads think he's the GOAT. I think the 7 Day Theory is eh. I think his first 2 records are good. I think his 3rd record, Me Against the World, is actually really friggin' fantastic. I actually really have a soft spot in my heart for that album. And I think All Eyes on Me is just a little bloated. I think he's overall a great rapper, though. I'll throw him at the bottom of great. I'll put him above Public Enemy. He's definitely between good or great for me. I feel like if I put Tupac in great, though, I have to put Mobb Deep in great. Yeah, I'll put Mobb Deep in great. I'll put them above Cannibal Ox. I love his genuine delivery. Songs like Dear Mama just show you how much soul and effort he's putting into his music. I just feel like not all his material holds up, and specifically with his first record, it just sounds a little muddy is all. He's great though, a little overrated, but I enjoy his music. And I feel like the same could be applied to Biggie, who's also gonna go in great, and I'll honestly put like next to Tupac. I feel like they're both on the same level for me, really. Ready to Die is a fantastic record that is a little flawed, but Life After Death is genuinely just a mediocre album to me. His discography is pretty split, but I'll give him the great tier. Jay-Z, I used to think was really overrated, but as of right now, he's really growing on me, man, and I'll throw him in amazing, actually. I'll put him under A Tribe Called Quest. No, I'll put him above. Yeah, I like that. Jay-Z's voice can take a second to warm up to, but once it clicks, it clicks. I'm honestly thinking about putting him way higher. I might even put him, honestly, I might put him under Kendrick. I might be overrating him a little, but like, I don't know, man. When he can make a mashup EP with Linkin Park, and it sounds fantastic, I'm sorry, like he has to go right here. I'm putting him right here. I think he's a friggin' fantastic rapper, man. Then we got Nas. Okay, I gotta explain my Nas take right now. Okay, before I even give it, I gotta explain it. So in the first version of this video, I put Nas in GOAT tier. I said that what I've heard from him was fantastic at this point. I had only really just started his discography. You know, I was just getting into it, was really excited, was really enjoying it. And then as time went on, I realized how wrong I was. Nas has some fantastic projects. Illmatic, It Was Written, love them both. I have Illmatic as a 10. Magic, KD3, KD2. Friggin' great albums, man. Nazir, Stillmatic, also great records. And while there are some other projects that are just good, I'd argue that half of Nas's catalog is mid. I'm not even joking, he has so many mediocre projects. And for that reason, I'm gonna throw him in great tier, under Conway. Like genuinely, I just think that like he's put out so much mediocre stuff. When half of your catalog I can just like throw away, I'm sorry, dude. That's not a good sign. I will say, though, he doesn't have any downright terrible albums, which is what the next person has. That person being Eminem, who is between good or great for me. Let me just run through Eminem's discography for you, okay? Infinite, great album. Slim Shady LP, friggin' great album. Marshall Mathers LP, great album. Eminem Show, amazing record. Encore is bad, don't really like that album. Relapse is fantastic, though. Love the hooks on there. It's also my favorite project by him. Recovery, fine, and then instantly, almost instantly, Marshall Mathers LP 2, trash. Revival, trash. Kamikaze, trash. Music to Be Murdered By, trash. He has been on a losing streak, dude. Literally for over a decade, he's been putting out awful music, and it's crazy. I don't know where to put M because half of his career puts him in like that great to amazing tier, but then the other half puts him in like bad. I'm not even joking. It's hard to rank him. It's genuinely so hard to rank him. I'll put him in good under RTJ. I like that. Like genuinely, it's just half of his career is garbage. The other half is actually pretty great. DMX is also a good rapper. I'll throw him under M. Nah, I'll throw him under Drake. Yeah, I like that. I feel like DMX kind of raps like this. He raps up and down on the beat and kind of does it aggressive like this. And while yes, he still makes good music, it just kind of gets a little annoying. I think he's good though. Then we got Lauryn Hill, who I also have to explain my take on. Here's my thing. Lauryn Hill, great singer, man. If this was a singer tier list, she'd be like great or amazing. She has great hooks, love her vocals, just great voice, okay? But in terms of rapping, when she's giving you a rapping performance, I don't remember much. Like, dude, think about Miseducation of Lauryn Hill, okay? Think about it deeply. I don't really think you're remembering the verses. Besides maybe the one on Doo-Wop, but even then, I'm remembering the hook instead. I feel like Lauryn Hill is much more of a singer and R&B artist than an actual rapper, so when people say she's like the best female rapper, I'm like, no, there's one's way better. I think she's a great singer though, like I said, love her voice, But in terms of rapping performances and when she is rapping on songs, she's just good to me. I'll throw her in good, above Run the Jewels. I feel like I'm lowballing it, man. That hurts. Wait, no, because I do kind of feel like I'm being a little harsh. I'll throw her in great. No, because I'm thinking about her singing, man. I'm thinking about her singing. When I think about her rapping, I'm not remembering much. Yes, I'm thinking about the singing. Okay, I'll put her in good. Top of good, okay?